Okay, hello my friends. So today I would like to address this aspect of um, healing our relationships, the closest relationships, from our family, from inside out. And yeah, I somehow feel it. Of course, there is this behavioral aspect of a relationship, right? How we behave with each other, and there are these measures we can take to fix some behaviors with each other, which is also valid, of course. And still, somehow, I feel it like also the question of physical healing versus inner healing from the root cause of a physical aspect that is showing up in my body, as I'm convinced, as a consequence of some kind of emotional, mental aspect that is not harmonious in myself. I'm convinced about it, and this is why I have never been so excited about physical healing modalities in comparison to these going to the root and seeing what is blocked, what is limited in me in terms of a perspective of limiting belief in relation to a certain problem from my life. So I'm talking to you who you are struggling with, who are facing this disharmonious um, situation in your immediate family, let's say with your spouse first and foremost, and with your children also. These are the most important um, aspects of our stability in our everyday life, right? Of our harmony, of our immediate um, experience of life, because we are together all the time, or at least we are getting back together every day, or yeah, so we are together a lot of time. And so there are three elements that I can gather in my memory that are proving me again and again how it was none of a question for me that I have to work on myself. There was a point, of course, until which I just had to understand why things work like this, why life happens the way it happens. And I'm actually quite a rational mind. I have an active, very rational mind. I graduated mathematics, and I needed to understand. And my understanding is that basically nothing happens just randomly by chance. It's um, in my understanding and in my belief is deep belief inside about life that is a very, very wise construct. So wise that we cannot even comprehend it. Just a very small part of it that our mind can understand, from being born here to death. So our mind is meant to keep us safe, keep the body safe, and yeah, manage to get along in our life from A to B, but not to understand those big aspects of the universe and our existence and why we are here in the first place. Okay, so coming back to these aspects that are very down on earth and convincing about why it's worth working on myself in order to change uh, the relationship with my immediate family. First was gratitude. You come across the idea of gratitude from time to time, right? And once I was in such a deep, conflictual, disharmonious place my with myself actually, but it was showing up in relation with my husband, and I read about it, everything I found, and I decided for myself that okay, I will make an experiment, and from tomorrow I will wake up with gratitude, and I will deliberately think about him with gratitude, gathering everything I can be grateful for in relation to him, his presence in my life, his being, his way of being in my life and in general. And I did this for a week approximately, and our relationship changed so much. So it was such an obvious and immediate change that it was very convincing for me. And of course, then, you know how humans are, and I am also. We tend to, when everything goes well, we tend to forget about these things, so we get back into the everyday life, and this is why our lives are, you know, these ups and downs, and it's natural, it's nothing wrong with it. So this was the first, gratitude. The second was reading about an experiment with animals, with rats, where the finding was that rats that were regarded as a special having a special genetics, they were behaving much more wisely in the maze, so they could find their way out much more quicker. So than the ones who were regarded as normal rats without any special um, thing in them. So I thought, oh my God, if animals, if such simple animals as rats are so much influenced by how they are regarded, how about humans? And of course, it's the case even much more than I read about studies about humans being regarded in different ways, and you know, behaving in very different ways. So I did an experiment myself in my family in the same way. I decided from tomorrow I will regard him in the best way. I will look at him as the most wonderful, the most special, very wise and caring, and however I wanted him to be, person, my husband. And I did it for a few days as well. And it was a huge change again. So just by not even telling him, but of course, I also told him a few times because it was coming from me. So it was my inner attitude from the moment I woke up, because I deliberately decided to do it like this. And so even without telling him, he probably could sense something, some change in my attitude towards him. And the change was not only palpable, but like very obvious and immediate. So it was very interesting to observe and fascinating for me, because I so love these challenges and results that show up concretely in my life. And the third one was that, just experience this is the third one. This is the last. This is still in my life now. I'm still experimenting with it. It's about, you know, being there in a situation in a harmonious state, or being there in such a situation with the nervous system activated, like the fight or flight nervous system, which makes you immediate. So something happens from outside, an impulse comes, and you get contracted and resistant. No, I don't like this. So you are in, your nervous system is in fight or flight, and it's okay, it's done. It's nowhere near you reacting in a. So you get further and further away from your ideal way of treating that situation. And I had also the chance to experience with this. It's still a work in progress, because it's a huge challenge for me to undress resistance in me. We have 30 years of history together, and if you have spent any number of years with somebody in the house every day, you know that it's a natural process that you get reactive to things that happen every day that you don't like, and or that trigger you, that push some button in you, and you cannot help but contract, and then you are in defense, and you are in you offend back, because your mind body system interprets that happening as an offense, that the other person wants you, offenses you. So they want something, they want to cause you something painful. So it's so basic, so at the level of nervous system thing. So the third thing is just this, to be there and be to not care about the other, and to point on him, and to react, and to blame back, and to defend or offend, but to keep the attention in myself and try to stay in my basic inner harmony, and watch the happening from that place of harmony. It's not easy. It takes a lot of practice, to say the least, but it's so worth. I mean, it's such a different experience of life. And so being there for the other when he's nervous, when he's anxious, when he's even blaming me, that's the most challenging. So I'm not saying I'm a master of this. As I said, it's a work in progress. But I had the chance to experience the difference between being there and in a sudden reaction, like defending myself and blaming back, or being able to stay calm, not an artificial calm, but a deep inner harmony, and observe that yes, this person is now in a not the most harmonious place. He has a problem, not necessarily with me. So the problem is is in himself, but he comes out with it because I am the closest person to him, and I am there at hand to be blamed, you know. And staying in that place and holding the space for him, and even maybe having a dialogue, if not immediately then, but maybe after a while, from this place, not from a place of defending myself and blaming him back, but from a place of let me help me understand what exactly is your what exactly is hurting you, what is your problem, and let's try to solve it together. It's such a difference. It's huge. And yeah, I'm totally committed to doing this, and I would invite you to, if it's inviting for you, or inspiring for you in any way, to try this and see how they can help improve your everyday life moments in your family. And yeah, this is all for today. See you next time. Wishing you a wonderful day. Bye bye.